So Survivor Series is coming up this weekend, so you know what we gotta do on this channel and any other YouTube channel that does wrestling content. We gotta do our predictions. Now, before we do this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this. So the first match we have on the card is for the United States Championship between our current champion, LA Knight, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, guys, I understand his name is Shinsuke Nakamura. I've watched wrestling for a while, but I call him Shinsuke because if you've seen his outfit, he looks like a Sith Lord right now with the black stuff on his face. He looks really creepy. I really love this for Shinsuke. I do. So my prediction for this match is fully influenced by two things. One is that Shinsuke just returned. The other thing is they just announced this title match for Survivor Series a couple days ago. So this feels like a rushed situation. So with that being said, my prediction for this match is going to have to be LA Knight winning, but because of disqualification. Because I can't see WWE pulling Shinsuke Nakamura from a Star Wars audition, okay? Shinsuke, I'm joking. I don't want no problems. But I can't see them bringing him back to lose clean in his first title match against LA Knight in a random title match. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add any heat to the feud. So the best way they can have this end is either have Shinsuke feel like that he's about to lose the match and maybe he can grab a weapon and attack LA Knight, or I would love that he would take a cheap shot on LA Knight and then get disqualified for that and then continue to attack LA Knight over and over and over until they have to break this up, because I think that'll make Shinsuke's character look a lot more dangerous, make him look a little bit more mysterious. And we get that the motivation is after the title, but he wants blood with that as well. And I think that will add so much to this feud. And I feel like they want this feud to last all the way to Royal Rumble, because if it doesn't, it's like if LA pins Shinsuke clean, then it's like, what's the point of continuing this feud? Now, who is LA Knight going to face, right? Because if you're going to do it that way, you might as well just have some random person face LA Knight just as a placeholder until we got to the person that they really wanted him to face. So for me, again, I got Shinsuke Nakamura losing this match because of disqualification by attacking LA Knight and beating the brakes off of him, packing him up at Survivor Series, and then that'll continue the feud moving forward. So the next match we have on the card is for the Intercontinental Championship between our current champion Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Oiled Up Kaiser. Okay, now this is another match that was announced at the last minute, a rush title match, and we got some narratives going on here that makes this very interesting. Now, before we get into the narratives, I think this match is going to be one of my favorite matches of the night. Sheamus being involved in this match is already going to make it a hard-hitting match, especially with Braun Breaker being there, and this is going to be a moment to showcase Ludwig Kaiser on a big stage to make him look like a potential star in the future. And we got the storylines of Sheamus possibly winning the title that he's never won before, Ludwig Kaiser who's being on the uptick, this could be something to solidify him, and will Braun Breaker retain the title as he should have against Jey Uso, you know, according to some Braun Breaker fans. That's neither here nor there. But here's the thing, I got Braun Breaker retaining this title. Now, would I be surprised if Sheamus or Ludwig Kaiser wins that title? I wouldn't, because I think the days of expecting a long title reign like Gunther's 666 day thing, it's long gone. It's long gone. I think they're going to hot potato this title a lot more than people expected it, kind of like in the Attitude Era. But I believe that Ludwig Kaiser wouldn't be the one to win it. I think if they were to give it to someone else, it would definitely have to be Sheamus. But I believe when Ludwig Kaiser does win that title, it will be at a time where Gunther no longer has his World Heavyweight Championship, and Gunther's going to look at that title like, bro, I remember back in the day when I had confidence in myself. That is the title I'm holding, and now Ludwig is holding the title where I felt like I was my best at, and that can start some type of feud between the both of them, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But overall, I got Braun Breaker retaining the title in this match. So the next match we have on the card is for the World Heavyweight Championship between Gunther versus Damian Priest. Now, this whole situation is very interesting because ever since Gunther lost to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, he has not been the same. I don't know if Cody whispered the Netflix prices for next year in his ear or if the YS6 got to him, but Gunther has been spooked this entire time. And I don't understand how one match can completely and drastically change the character of Gunther to who he is now. I don't get it. I understand the story they're trying to tell, but I would like to know why that match was the tipping point for him to be who he is. But either way, he is who he is. And on the other end, this is great for Damian Priest because all of a sudden they're booking him as John Wick, as the new Baba Yaga. And Gunther is acting like the dad of the kid who killed John Wick's dog. It's so strange how this is all happening, but this is great for Damian Priest. Now, even when saying that, with Damian Priest being at the highest level of confidence, being some type of crime lord or whatever the case they got him being right now, and Gunther being at the lowest point of his confidence as a champion, I still can't see Damian Priest winning the title, even if this makes sense, this will be a perfect moment for Damian Priest to strike and win the title. I can't see it happening. And the only way that it can happen is there has to be some level of interference in this match. Now, two things could be happening. Either Ludwig Kaiser can cost Damian Priest this match in order to help his ring general retain his confidence. That can happen, or is more likely that Finn Balor gets involved and costs Damian Priest this match. Because remember, they had not really wrapped up their feud. I think they still have one more match in them, and Finn Balor seems to be obsessed with trying to keep Damian Priest away from getting the title that he's been fiending for 2 years straight. So his jealousy can make him get involved in this match and then rekindle the feud between Damian and Finn Balor. But for me, I got Gunther retaining due to some type of interference to keep him holding the title, or it just could be disqualification. Who knows? So the next match we have on the card is for the women's War Games match between Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. You know what I just thought about? Io Sky has been in every women's War Game match for the past 5 years. I just thought about that now. This is pretty crazy. It's pretty remarkable. But that has nothing to do with this. So there's a lot of things going on here, okay? You got Bianca Belair, who is one half of the tag team champion. You got Naomi and Bayley, who are suspects in the attack on Jade Cargill. You got Io Sky and Bianca Belair, who's had a history as far as feuding. You got Bayley and Bianca Belair, who's had a history of feuding. It's so much stuff going on here. It just, it's crazy. It's a team that needs a lot of therapy, okay? And then on the heel side, you got both of your current women champion, Tiffany Stratton with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And that's pretty much as far as that goes. So for me, I honestly am picking the heels to win this match. Now, the reason why I'm picking them is because of the fact that Bianca Belair, what she said on Monday Night Raw, she said that she has to carry the team on her own shoulders, and she didn't seem happy about saying that. She said it very begrudgingly. So with her feeling that way, and for them to lose this match with her doing it in a valiant effort, it's going to push her into the direction to get closer to being a heel. I think that just makes more sense for her. I know a lot of people think the heel should lose, and what everybody laid out, Tiffany Stratton should cash the Money in the Bank briefcase, but I don't think she's going to actually successfully cash it in tonight. Not that it's going to fail, but I think she's going to want to try. She's even going to probably try, but we got to remember, when it comes to Nia Jax, she still has Candice LeRae as her lackey. So I think in an attempt to cash the Money in the Bank briefcase, Candice LeRae is going to strip it out of Tiffany Stratton's hands to stop her, and then maybe that's going to make Nia Jax kick Tiffany Stratton out as being her best friend, and then kind of take Candice LeRae under her wing, and then they're going to build their whole relationship, and that will add a little bit more to the story. But besides that, again, excuse me guys, I have the heels winning this, preserving both champions on that side and things like that. So I personally think it just makes the most sense in the world. So the main event of the night is the Bloodline Civil War Games match plus DLC, okay? So you have the OG Bloodline with Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, plus the DLC CM Punk versus the Bloodline 2.0 with Solo, Jacob, Tonga, and Bronson Reed. Now this match is a little bit more complicated to try to predict because there's so many different pieces here as far as storylines and motivations with, you know, CM Punk and Paul Heyman. How's that going to affect Roman Reigns? With Seth Rollins probably looming around watching this match as well. There's so many things that can happen here. So for me, I actually have the original Bloodline winning this match, and not by anyone from the original Bloodline pinning someone from Bloodline 2.0. I got the DLCs going at it. I got CM Punk actually pinning Bronson Reed, and I think that's the only way you can justify this being a 5-on-5 match, because otherwise, why not just keep it 4-on-4? Right at the end of the day. And with CM Punk pinning Bronson Reed, that can spark up the feud between him and Seth Rollins, because CM Punk is like, hey, I just pinned somebody you had a feud with, and Seth Rollins is not going to be happy to see that. And during their entrance, you can have the OG Bloodline come out without Paul Heyman and CM Punk, and Roman Reigns can look around like, hey, where's the wise man? Where is he at? And you see the wise man come out with CM Punk, and that can add a little bit more friction between him and Roman Reigns, and have the Paul Heyman walk out with the person who won the War Game match, who is CM Punk. So that can add a little bit more. Also, while at the same time, no one on either Bloodline gets pinned, although I got the original Bloodline winning this match, the Bloodline 2.0, none of their members actually got the loss. So then by losing, they can kick out Bronson Reed and they can cut off that storyline involving him with the Bloodline, and they can go their separate ways on their own separate brands. So for me, again, I got the original Bloodline winning by CM Punk pinning Bronson Reed. And this won't make Bronson Reed look weak because he's going to be in a match with 10 people involved. So he can look strong in the match and still be the person to catch the pin at the end. But at the end of the day, what do you guys think? Let me know what your predictions are in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so under the weather right now. I'm going to take some medicine, drink some water, go to sleep. But salute, peace, have a great day.